Hey folks, thanks for coming on a walk with us. This is going to be a new trend for us. We're trying to this weekend review type of thing where we go on a walk and we talk about board games and we go off center sometimes, but that's okay. Today is particularly dark and stormy, possibly. So we're just getting this in before all hell breaks loose. But yeah, we played a week's worth of games, 7 games, and we're going to talk about them here. Sometimes it'll be more, sometimes it'll be less. We're trying to keep it to
a game a day at least, or at least, you know, one per day. So yeah, about 7
equivalent
a week.
of a game a day. So today we're walking in the Botanical Gardens. This is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's once again, not a great day, but you know, it'll get dark on us at times, but let's just talk about some board games while we go for a walk.
Well, we started the year off with one that we had that I wanted to play was Redwood.
Ah, Redwood.
And that's what we started the year off this year with.
That's a good place to start. So Redwood is this game, it's a big circular board, so it makes a big connection around it. And you're a photographer moving about through the woods using these cutouts of plastic. So you have a very set, precise way of moving. And then another piece of plastic that tells you what shot you're taking. And there's a bunch of animals on the board and you're trying to take different photos of animals in different settings and plants and trees. Yeah, the game is all about making precise movements and picking the right lens. And I am terrible at this game.
I had a hard time at first with the perception of like, okay, how far do I need to go? But after a while, you kind of get the idea of what direction your photographer needs to go in as you're going through, you know, the different rounds.
Yeah. So overall, I'm not a big fan of this game. It's very fiddly. They say precision is important in it. They're right about that, but it's just really hard to be so precise in it because you're having to link this plastic piece to your miniature and you can't let it move. So everything is all about trying to not make things move. If there was a simpler way of doing it, I might be a fan of it. But as it stands right now, yeah, there is no easy way to do it.
Yeah, it definitely does feel good whenever you get that right shot, where it's like, yeah, the perfect right animal in the little space.
By the way, the wind is crazy. Woo! The wind's to our back now.
Yeah, but that was a good one to start the year off with. It had been something that we'd been wanting to play and felt good to get it to the table, start of the new year. And then we followed that up with a game we just got from PAX, from Gray Fox Games. That was the Bazaars of Ubar.
Ah, the Bazaars of Ubar. I say it that way because I did the Kickstarter video for that game, and that's the voice I chose. Yeah, so in this game, it's a really simple game where the timing is like patchwork as far as when you're taking your turn. So everything takes time to do, and that moves you along this time track. So you're picking these, it's a tile selection, tile placement game, and you're building your own tableau. And the tiles you choose will trigger other tiles in a certain line, and it allows you to trade. So there's 5 different types of goods, all with different values, and they change values over the 3 different rounds.
And they're different sizes too, so you only have so much storage space in order to take in
it's all
all these
polyominoes.
goods. So you might, you know, a treasure chest might be worth a lot at the beginning, but then not so much at the end, and it takes up a lot of storage space. It's one of the bigger ones, whereas a little scarab, only a little one, might not be as much at the beginning, but you might want to trade for it eventually, and then it's worth more as the rounds go.
Yeah, so I don't know if we finished talking about Redwood though. Did we?
Did we finish on that?
Did we give it a grade?
I don't think we gave it a grade, but I could grade it.
Absolutely, they were doing reviews.
Yeah, I guess a review, okay, if we
I was like, well, I don't feel like we had a button on it.
Yeah, if we rewind back to, well, I'd probably give it about a 6.7.
6.7?
Yeah. I think that's fair.
I'd give it a 6. I like the art, and I like the potential, but man, the components really hold it back for me. All right, so back to...
All right, fast forward. Back to the Bazaars of Ubar.
Yeah, because I'll just drop it in there or something.
Yeah.
So the Bazaars of Ubar, I think this game is underrated. Not a lot of people know about it, but more people should know about it. So check it out if you ever get a chance. I give it like a 7.5, 7.5. I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to play it. I do wish the graphic design was better. Like, I don't like what they did with the, there's these little hourglasses that tell you the time. I don't like what they did with that.
I did wish that the like the cover art was somewhere more in the game itself too. Like, I don't feel like you ever see those characters
it has
in
a
the
lady
game
on the
itself.
cover art, and
not that I don't like the art. I just wish it was more involved in the actual tiles or pieces.
Yeah, it's about airships, and the cover, the airship is in the background, but you're seeing this lady and her monkey. So. But
I really did like it. I liked the play. It was one that after we played, I was like, yep, I definitely will play this one again. I would definitely give it another go. I did really well. I did not win, but I did well. So definitely give it about a 7.2 on my scale for sure, because definitely one that I will play again, hopefully soon.
Yep. All right, let's go to the next one.
All right, let's see. After that, I feel like, I feel like we went to the dinosaur game that we played, the
Lost Kingdoms, Pangea and Pieces.
Kingdoms.
Yeah, so this is a game that takes Carcassonne, or the idea of Carcassonne. You know, choose a tile, place it on the board, and then it has some effects afterwards. Well, Carcassonne doesn't do that. That's all about scoring. It could do that in the expansions for all I know. But this one will like shift the board in certain ways. But what you're doing is you're fighting over continents that aren't separated by water. You're like, you know, a normal continent. And you have a number of dinosaurs, 10 of the dinosaurs that are going to go out on the board. And there's ways that they can go away. So you're just trying to stay alive.
Yeah, what I liked about the idea of maybe if it was more, I wanted to see more dinosaurs come out, but there are a lot of tiles to get.
Arms here.
Yeah.
Switch sides.
Yeah. But there are a lot of tiles that get
it's a little different.
Taken out of the game if you're only at a 2-player. So maybe if you're playing a 3 or 4-player game, you might see more dinosaurs come out, because the dinosaurs are what's going to change up the landscape. It's going to potentially change where you can, you know, do certain things. So I would like to potentially play it at a higher player count, like that 3 or 4, to get all the different tiles to see how many more dinosaurs can come out throughout a game.
Yeah, I think it'd be really competitive at a higher player count. It is almost like a dudes on the map game. It can be pretty mean as far as like putting down some tiles that just take out your dinosaurs or make your island that you're on or you've been dominating kind of worthless, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, there's some shifting around and movement and migrations, and sometimes it's gonna help you, sometimes it might hurt you, but I think that's the whole, you know, the style of the game, where it's kind of, you know, challenging. That is the challenging part of it, is how are you gonna move pieces and where are you gonna move your dinosaurs?
Yeah, so I'd give that one like a 6.2. The thing that would bring me back to it more, I guess, would be, I mean, for one, I'm not a huge fan of the, I got stuck on a rose plant. Yeah, we're in a botanical garden, so lots of roses around. The thing that would bring me back to it is change to the Carcassonne style. I'm not a huge Carcassonne fan. I don't like picking one tile and that is everything I have, because the luck of the draw is just devastating if it doesn't work out for you.
Yeah, and I give it about the same, probably about, I was thinking about a 6 or 6.1, around that. What would bring me back to is a higher player count. I want to see it with more things going on as the tiles build out. You know, that's what would bring me back to it.
Yeah. All right, so what do we do next?
Let's see, what did we play? Oh, Iota. We played.
Things keep grabbing me.
We played Iota after that. Now Iota.
Some game right. Yeah.
Yeah, for here it comes in the tiniest itsy bitsy little tin. I mean, it's so tiny. But there's a lot of cards in it, and To me, it kind of gave a bit of a Quirkle vibe,
Yeah.
but with cards and kind of a little Scrabble-esque scoring, but not as like random as like the numbers. You kind of just had 1, 2, 3, 4, and you had color, shapes, or numbers. So I mean, it's an easy going
Once you
little
get
one.
used to it, it's fine.
Yeah.
But getting used to the rules in that one, that wasn't pleasant. I mean, because it's like 3 things you got to remember, which I know 3 doesn't sound like a lot, but whenever you're trying to figure out where you're going, it's, I don't know. God,
And you're
that's
trying
a
to
lot,
get
folks.
optimal points because you're gonna have to keep up with, are the numbers same or different? Are the shapes same or different?
Yeah.
Are numbers same or different? And you wouldn't think that'd be that big a deal, but once you're looking at it all and everything's on the board, it starts to like all kind of almost look the same. And they're like, wait, no, that's 2 circles. I can't do that. No, there's a red. There's another one. And it gets a little like eye overwhelming. But,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's
so-
easy, easy to play.
I'd give that one probably a 6 even. I mean, just give me Quirkle or a number of different kind of games that kind of do the similar things.
I do like how it's in the tiniest of packaging. So, I mean, you could like literally carry it in your pocket to bring it around.
That's fair. I mean,
Which-
I'm sure Quirkle cards are a thing or could be a thing and would play the same.
Yeah, so that's what would,
Give me the chunky wood blocks, you know?
yeah, that's what
All
would
right,
keep
so what's
me.
the next game? We're on like 13 minutes here.
Oh. Yeah, and I had the same kind of rating as about a 6 on that one too. And so we're all kind of on par.
All right.
After that, we played Fika.
Fika, mean coffee game. This is a 2-player game from 25th century. It's a 2-player game, and the theme is around coffee, but I don't really absorb the theme in this. We are playing as 2 different coffee shop owners, I guess. But really what you're doing is you're just playing a card that has an effect, and you're building a tableau to gain you points, and the other player's doing the same thing, and you're just trying to mess with that.
Yeah, and some of the cards have special effects on them. So depending on what kind of effect, you might be able to, you may swap cards out. You might bring in another card to your side, give your opponent another card, take from the random card. It's a lot of kind of moving around cards to hopefully acquire the points at the end of the round.
Yeah, and the art's by Beth Sobel. I think that's the best part of it.
Yeah.
The game itself, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know. The theme doesn't pull me in. The art is nice, but the theme, and it doesn't connect to the mechanisms to me.
Yeah, I think just seeing Beth Sobel on the cover was enough of a pull to be like, oh, I'm gonna like this art. I want this.
Yeah. So I'd give that one like a,
6.5 for me.
yeah, I'd give it like a 5.8. All right, what's next?
I did forget we played Squire For Hire.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, so Squire For Hire, this is one that's been on our shelves for like ages. And we finally decided to break it out. It's a 1 to 2 player game. Consists of 18 cards. You are a squire and you're making room in your bag to help out your knight. So you're taking all this stuff and putting in your bag, and what they do is on the backs of the cards that are the quests, there's all of these different tiles that take up certain space. So, and then it has all these different categories of items that are in there.
Yeah, and each different character has what they're looking for, what might bring them
Getting
extra
so dark.
bonus points. You don't want junk in your bag, so you're trying to cover up the junk while also keeping the good stuff. And by the end, scoring points based on, do you have your bonuses or do you get minuses because you kept a bunch of rubbish in your bag?
I like this game. I think it has room to spread. I don't know if it's something we'll break out a lot, but on a trip, it's 18 cards. We
Yeah.
could take that anywhere.
And there's an option for more player count if you add another core set. So you can add in another core set and play with more players.
It's like pre-hurricane weather out here. It's getting dark, and it's only, I want to say like 4:30 or 5 o'clock. All right, so I give that one a 6.9. Can't quite go to 7. I need more
Yeah, about
heft to it.
6.7 for me.
All right, so what's the next one?
And I think the final one that we played today was,
Silver and gold.
yeah, pyramids.
Pyramids.
Pyramids. That's why I was like, with that word afterwards.
Yeah, so our copy is a German copy, so I had to use Google Lens to convert the instructions. But it plays just like silver and gold if you're familiar with that, or if you're not, I guess. It's a flip and right using polyomino shapes, and you're filling it. In the original, you're filling in this grid work, I guess, on each card. But this one, you're trying to get from point A to point B. Along the way, there may be skulls, which will give you negative points, or there may be like jewels that can give you points, or potions that can take away negative skulls from you. I think this is a good next step of silver and gold. I think they did the right thing. It's not exactly more the same, but it feels different enough and same enough to exist.
Like, I like that you're given a direction of like, I need to get from this starting point to this ending point, and what can I collect along the way? But also, I don't want to hurt myself on the skulls. So
Yeah.
is it more of strategy to get a bunch of things, or should I just race to the end and just finish the card?
Yeah.
So that's definitely, like, you get that same silver and gold before with a little extra kind of like strategy to it.
And I feel like it plays mostly the same. So if you are already a fan of silver and gold, then
This way.
it'll be an easy transition. Yeah, this is the last game, so we can finally break off. I don't know if you noticed, but we were in a circle at
Yes.
first. Just going for a circle.
But yeah, so overall highlight of the week for you? Do you have a highlight game?
I mean, silver and gold's an easy grab, I guess,
yeah.
because it's something I already liked. So I'd have to, let's see. I
Oh,
know
yeah,
it's only 7 games, but it's hard to think back on.
Well, my rating for silver and gold is definitely the highest on my ratings at a 7.5.
I would agree with 7.5. Maybe even, I probably gave that to the original, so I'd probably go like 7.6 or 7.
Yeah, so it definitely stands out. But the other one that I
Ubar.
Ubar, I was so surprised how much I really enjoyed the gameplay of that game. It was something that was easy to pick up on, fun to figure out a strategy, and felt fulfilling at the end of the game. Like, that's what I want to start this new year of 2025, being fulfilled by a game. I want to get to the end of the game and be like, I enjoyed my time playing that. I want to do that again.
Sure. But anyway, that's a weekend review. Let's get out of here before it starts raining and the moon comes out. Hopefully next time it'll be sunny. But until next time, the box is closed.